Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a short spinal focus practice to promote spinal health and strengthen our back muscles. Let's start in mountain pose, standing up nice and tall, allowing your shoulders to relax. Neck is nice and long, taking a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, raise both hands overhead. You can interlace the fingers here or just keep your palms together as we inhale and do a side stretch. First to the left, taking a full breath here and then switching and opening up the right side. Take one full breath, come to center, bring your palms together, hands comes down to heart center. Releasing the hands by your side, we're going to do a few spinal rolls. So tucking your chin to chest, allow yourself to roll forward vertebra by vertebra as you come into a forward fold position. You can go as far down as you like without causing too much tension on your back. Allowing yourself to move nice and slow at an easy pace, and then taking another breath and slowly coming up into a standing position. Head comes up last. Now let's do this 2 more times. Remember, tucking your chin to chest. As you inhale, slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. We're not trying to do too fast of a motion. We just want to loosen and open up the spine slightly. Going as far down as you're able, and then slowly rolling up into a standing position, head coming up last. If you're struggling with this a little bit, you can go ahead and stand flush against the wall and try and peel away from the wall vertebra by vertebra and then coming back up into a standing position. Alternatively, you can attempt this making sure that you focus solely on your spinal area. Let's do this one last time. Deep inhale as you slowly roll forward until you eventually come into a forward fold. This time we're going to hold it here. You can adjust the feet a little bit. See if you can grab opposite elbows. Taking a nice full deep breath here. On your next breath, come up into half lift, so straightening the spine. And then slowly folding forward, bending the legs if you need to, and walk into plank pose. Let's take a pause here as you breathe. And on your next breath, lower down the knees towards the mat, untuck your toes, bending at the elbows and coming all the way down towards the mat. Taking an inhale and push up into cobra. On your next breath, we're going to lower down and get ready to go into locust pose. So bringing your head down towards the mat, extend your arms out behind you, raising the chest and legs off the mat and then slowly lowering back down. Make your way into child's pose, just to alleviate any tension in the lower back area before coming up onto all fours, adjusting however you need to as we get ready to do some cat-cows. Making sure that your knees is aligned with your hips and your wrists is underneath your shoulders. Making sure you move on your breath, so on your inhale, drop the belly towards the floor. Exhale, rounding the back, head comes forward. Taking it nice and easy. Let's add a variation here. So push your hips back into your heels, roll up, coming forward as far as you're able. Coming into cow pose, pushing the hips back, and round, coming into cow, pushing the hips forward. As we do a little rocking motion with the hips and the spine, just working the wrists, the shoulders, getting a full body movement here. Let's do one more before coming to center. Bring the spine to a neutral position. Take a deep inhale as we open up the right side, so raising the right arm towards the ceiling, bringing it underneath the left arm, allowing the upper body to come towards the mat, face is resting on the mat. You can extend that left arm out in front of you or just keep it parallel to your face. Just taking a few breaths here. Slowly walk that left hand back and bring yourself up, opening up the right side again. Let's repeat this on the opposite side. Left hand goes up and open and thread it underneath the right. allowing yourself to rest on the mat here. If you're unable to come all the way to the floor, if this is a little uncomfortable, feel free to place a block underneath your head, or even use a pillow or blanket underneath your knees. Let's slowly make our way out of the bind, opening up towards the left, placing both palms onto the mat. Feel free to shift the hips back and just shake it out from side to side a little before making our way into downward facing dog. If you feel your hamstrings is a little tight, feel free to place a small bend in the knees. Feel free to walk it out here by just pedaling the feet, or you can just take a moment of stillness. When you're ready, we're going to do some side twists. So right hand goes towards the opposite leg. You can either grab onto the thigh, knee, or ankle, wherever you're able, and then we're going to switch and do the opposite side. So making sure that you move on your breath. Right hand goes to left leg, left hand goes towards the right leg, opening up the chest towards the side. Let's go ahead and keep both palms into the mat as we take a breath here before pushing forward into plank pose. On your exhale, lower down the knees, untuck your toes, and lower yourself down towards the mat, coming into cobra, lifting up as far as you're able. Taking a nice breath on your exhale, lower down, and we're going to head into locust pose again. So readying yourself, take a breath and lift the chest and legs off the mat. Lower back down, placing your palms underneath your shoulders. Push your weight back as you sit into child's pose. We're not going to stay here long, so taking one more deep inhale, and on your exhale, make your way forward. Let's go ahead and swing our legs around as we come into a seated position. Option to use a block, pillow, or folded blanket underneath your sit bones to raise your hips a little. Sitting up nice and tall, spine is nice and long. Take an inhale, raise both hands overhead and fold over your legs, pointing the toes towards you. Let's do some pulses here, just to stretch out that lower back area. We're going to do about 10 pulses, rocking back and forth. And on your last one, grab the backs of the feet, ankles or knees, wherever you're able. Hold it here for a full breath. And then slowly make your way back up into a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Bring that left leg in towards the body, hugging the knee in towards the chest. Before turning out, wrapping your right arm around the leg. Left hand goes towards the back of the room, looking over the shoulder as we head into a twist. Feel free to cross your foot over the extended leg for a deeper twist. Slowly make your way to center, lowering down that leg. Let's bring in the right leg in towards the body, taking a breath in, hugging the knee in towards the chest, before wrapping the left hand around the right knee and extending your right hand towards the back of the room. Breathing nicely, and slowly make your way to the center, extending the right leg. You can go ahead and stay in this position, or feel free to cross your legs, whichever is comfortable for you, making sure that you still sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and place your left hand on the side of your mat. Take an inhale and reach over with the right arm, extending, opening up that side. Make sure that both hips are parallel to the mat and not leaning too far over. On your next breath, place the right hand on the side of your mat, immediately stretching over and opening up the left side. Take a deep inhale and then slowly make your way to center. Placing your palms on your knees, let's do some seated cat-cows, moving on your breath. As we loosen up that spine a little more, releasing any tension. Allow your head to fall back as you open your chest. Head comes forward as you round your back. Let's make our way into a neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall, taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. Uncross your legs, shift your weight forward, grab your shins or behind your knees, tuck your chin to chest and roll all the way down towards the mat as we make our way into a supine position. Extend the legs out in front of you. Palms is facing up towards the ceiling as we come into Savasana. Allow your body to just relax and take a few minutes of stillness here. Take a deep inhale as you slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Let's go ahead and bend one knee at a time, and then slowly bring your knees towards the side as we roll over and slowly make our way up into a seated position. We've come to the end of our session. I thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope that you enjoyed this practice.